All right, so in this project, it's the TechGenie. Step one, we are going to we're gonna go up here. Make sure you change this, of course, to a 2. Boom. To that, we're gonna go to January. Okay, so for January, it wants to, so Siegel started her own business, providing technical support to organizations and individual computer users in the Washington, D.C. area. Her independent contractors have entered sales data in Excel workbook, which she is now using to analyze revenue for the first 4 months of the year. She asked for your help making the data more secure and easier to understand. So go to the January worksheet. So we're right here. And then it says, and then unprotect the worksheet so you can update it. Okay, so we're gonna unprotect it. So I'm gonna go to review. We're gonna unprotect the worksheet. So now the lock is gone. So if you were here and you pressed OK, then it would lock again. Unprotect it, and then okay, go to generate, unprotect the worksheet so that you can update it. Okay, so Talia wants to focus on the January revenue from services to phone users, which is the lowest category of sales. Create a custom view as follows. So it says hide rows 3 through 14th and rows 21 through 25 to display only the phone's category of sales. So 3 to 14. So it's 3 to 14. And then it wants okay, so right here we're gonna go to the view. Sorry, we're gonna go data. Where's it? Sorry, this is on a Mac, so it is like the placement of everything is a little bit different. So bear with me. So yeah, we're gonna go right here to group. So if you're using a Mac, you're gonna go to group. You're gonna group these, and then it wants us to do the same for 21 through 25. So you're gonna go here, move down to 25, and group. Okay, so then they want us to hide these rows, so only this is showing the phones, the sales revenue for the phones. So then it's going to be select cell G1 and then create a custom view using phones as the name. So it's going to be, go to G1, so right here, and then we are going to create a customs view using phone as the name. So for here, we're going to go to review, customs view right here on the view tab. So customs view, we're going to add one, and then we're going to use the name phones. So that way when we open this up, this is all that's going to show. So we're going to press OK. So then step 3 is going to be display the January worksheet using the custom view from Jan all categories, which Talia already created, to redisplay all the data. So they just want us to go back, and then they want us to click here, which we'll press show, and now it shows everything again. And then if you wanted to do the customs view just for phones, then you would just click phones, and then it goes back to that. So that's the cool thing about that. And then it goes, Talia hid the February worksheet because she still needs to verify the sales figures. However, she wants to change the unnecessary setting in the worksheet. Update the worksheet as follows. So unhide the February worksheet so that you can edit it. So I'm sure she hid it. She like hid it somewhere here. So we're gonna right click. I'm gonna put unhide February, and then boom. So now it's here. Unfreeze the first column because the worksheet is not wide enough to require horizontal scrolling. So this line right here is there, so like when we scroll left or right, it'll stay in place, so it's frozen. So for that, we're gonna unfreeze it, which is right here. Unfreeze the panes. So unfreeze it. So the line's gone now. So if we were to freeze it, and we're gonna unfreeze it. Boom. So it's gone. So then it says, so unfreeze that. Then step 5, Talia recently shortened the name of her company from tech support Genie to TechGenie. She asked you to change the name on all worksheets. Group the January, February, March, April, and current week worksheets, and then change the title to TechGenie. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. First, it wants us to group it. So grouping it's gonna help us be able to do it all together. So we're gonna group, it says from January all the way. It says January, February, March, April, and the current week worksheets. So we're gonna go boom, like that. It wants us to go here because she changed the name of the company. Okay, so we are going to change this now, right here, to Tech. Okay. That's gonna be the new name of it. So, yep. So that's it for that. And then because we did that, because all these are together, we hold all these together, everything you do on any page will follow and kind of transfer over to the next one. So that's good with that. Number 6 is with the worksheet still grouped. So these are still grouped. Format cell A1 using the lavender accent 2, lighter 80% fill color to provide more visual interest to all 5 worksheets. So here's cell 1, A1. It wants to just change the fill color. So we're gonna change that to lavender 2 accent. So that one, lavender accent 2. Lighter 80%. So boom. So it changes it to that color. And if we go here, it's gonna start showing us that it changes it for all of them. I'm gonna save our work. I'm gonna keep scrolling. All right, which with the worksheet still grouped, set a set 1 custom margin at the bottom of the worksheet to prepare for printing the data. Ungroup the worksheets. Okay, so it just wants us to add a 1-inch margin at the bottom. So for this, we're just gonna go to the page layout, margins. We're gonna go to customs, and then at the bottom, it wants us to change this to 1, and then okay. So now, if you go to February, it's gonna go margins, customs, and then you'll see it there again. Boom. And you should see that for all of them because they're grouped. So just double checking. Okay, good, bottom. Okay, so then after that, it wants us to ungroup these. So we're gonna probably press the right here and ungroup sheets. And now it's just on the January one. So it says step 8, Talia wants to add a hyperlinks to the worksheet to make them easier to navigate. She asks you to add the first hyperlink to show her how it works. She also wants to add a hyperlink to her website and another to her email address. So blah, blah, blah. Okay, so add hyperlinks to the January worksheet as follows. So on the January worksheet, so January, it says type February in cell A27. So right here, I'm going to type. Okay. Then it wants us to, in cell A27, so it wants us to, and so it says on the January worksheet, type February in cell A27 to enter the text to use as a hyperlink. Okay. In cell A27, add a hyperlink that links to cell A1 of the February worksheet in the current workbook. Okay, so we'll go here and hyperlink. And then we're going to put, so it wants us to add a hyperlink that links to cell A1 of the February worksheet. So it wants it to pop up. So when you click February, it wants it to pop up. So because that's what it wants, this is we're gonna click the February and it should open it up now. So when we click here, it's gonna open up the February page. And yeah, see how it did that? So we were in January, we clicked it, and then it goes to February. So we're just gonna make sure that this is good. Add a hyperlink, cool. All right, then it wants us to go to add a screen tip using next month as the screen tip text. Okay, so it wants us to add something here. So we're gonna right click it, edit hyperlink, and then we're gonna put a screen tip. And then for this, we're just gonna put next month. It wants the M as lowercase, so there's no issues. Always just put it in how it wants it. And then, okay, so then where you click over it, it's gonna be next month. Then it wants us to go to cell A28, and then it wants to add a hyperlink. The TechGenie website, website text to the, okay, so it just wants to make a hyperlink to the website. So we're gonna put hyperlink, and then this time it's going to be a web. So we'll put a web here now. I'm gonna put www.techgenie, and then example, and then com. Okay, cool. And then we'll press OK. And then it should be good, yeah. So that will take us to the website. All right, and then we're gonna go to in cell A29. So right here, it wants us to do a hyperlink to contact Talia Siegel. Text to the, okay, so it wants us to create a hyperlink now on step E that's gonna send it to her email address. So right here, we click the email address section, and then we're gonna put her email address. Okay, and then we're gonna add that in, and then boom. And that's it, just like that. It says use the hyperlink in cell 27, so it wants us to use this hyperlink to go to the February worksheet in cell A3. Remove the hyperlink, which Talia no longer needs. So I'm not gonna click this, I'm just gonna go to February, and then when you click to February, it wants us to get rid of the hyperlink that is in A3. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3 up. So right here, it wants us to get rid of it. So remove hyperlink. Now it's just the text in the cell. So the hyperlink is gone now. And then it says step 10, Talia has verified all the February revenue data except for the data in other equipment categories. She asks you to secure the rest of the February worksheet data so that no one can change it. Protect the worksheet as follows. So it wants us to go to unlock the other equipment data range B22 to D25. So it wants to go to B22. To D25. So all that. It wants us to unlock it. So we're going to right click. We're going to go to format cells. And then you see how protection here, it shows locked. We're going to unlock it. And press OK. Okay, then it says protect the February worksheet so that users can unprotect it without a password. Also, users to select locked and unlocked cells. Okay, so basically for here, it wants us to protect the February worksheet. So we're going to protect this sheet. It says without a password, so we're just going to press OK, and it says selected locked cells and selected unlocked cells. So we're going to leave that, and then boom, now it has a lock on it. So then we're going to go to step 11. Talia plans to print the February worksheet but wants to keep the other equipment data separate from the network PCs and the phone data. Insert a page break so that row 20 prints on a new page. So row 20. So once this row 20, to print on a new page. So we're going to go to page layout, we're going to go to breaks, and we're going to put insert page break. So nothing happens, you won't see it here, but when you go to view and then you go to page layout, you'll see that 20 is now on a new page, and that's exactly what they wanted. So that's that. So now we'll go back to normal. And then now that that's there, we'll go to number 12. It's Talia will verify the data on the March worksheet by comparing it to the original unformatted data in another worksheet. She wants to use a hyperlink to access the other workbook quickly. Add a hyperlink to the March worksheet as follows. Go to the March worksheet and then type original data in cell A26 to enter the text to use as a hyperlink. So go to the March worksheet, and then I'm going to save my work. All right. We're going to go to the March. Sorry, kind of got stuck, confused here. Okay, so cell A26, which is right here, and it wants us to type original data. And then in cell A26, okay, so boom. Then it wants us to add a hyperlink. Here, so we're gonna add a hyperlink, and then we are going to use a file. We're going to select something, and then we're going to go to desktop, and then it wants us to use the one that ends in March, which is this one right here, support. So it wants us to use this one, and then we're gonna open, and you just want to make sure that it matches this. So that's what it should be right there. Boom. Okay, press OK. And then basically once you click this, it's going to open up that new sheet so she can like look at all this data and all that. So then Step 13 is hide the March worksheet so that no one can view the unverified data. So it wants us to hide the March sheet. So we're going to right click and then we're going to press hide. Okay. And then it wants us to go to 14. Okay, Talia wants to be able to focus on the most recent totals in the April worksheet and then switch to a detailed of the data in each category. Go to April worksheet and create an outline as follows. So we're in the April worksheet, and then it was group rows 4 through 6 so that you can hide and display network revenues. Okay, so 4 through 6. So sorry, let me change that. So it wants us to do 4 through 6. Okay, and then it wants us to hide this. So we're gonna go to hold on, where is it? All right, we're gonna go back to where is it? Group. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to we're gonna group 10 through 12. So 10 through 12, we're gonna group 16 through 18. We're gonna group 22 through 24. We're gonna group. All right, now that I grouped, it says so that you can hide and display details for the other revenue categories. Okay, so boom, 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 and boom. Okay, so now it's just gonna show like basically network, then the total, PC total, and then if we wanted to show it, boom, we can display it right there. Okay, collapse the outline to display only the name and the totals of each category, so that's what we did. Okay, then it wants us to go to the current week worksheet. So, okay, let's save this work really quick. And then we're gonna go to the current week. And then it's gonna say add subtotals, go to the current week worksheet, which lists sales for the first week in May sorted by service type. Talia signed a contract to provide tech support services to a large local company, and her sales have increased substantially. She wants to see the sales totals for each service type. Display subtotals as follows. Add subtotals to the sales amount column at each change in the service type. Okay, so for this one, we're gonna add subtotals. Where is it? Let me see, subtotals. Add subtotals. Right click. Alright, I might have forgot. Alright, give me one quick second. Okay, so for these, I know it's a little bit different on a Mac, so if you guys can give me just 1 second. Okay, let me just remember how to do this. Okay. it's in data. Should be in here. Let me try this way. Subtotal. Oh, okay. Here it is. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so let's go back now. So we got this, and they want. So she wants to. Okay, so it says add subtotals to the sales amount column at each change in the service type. Use this service type. So service type. So we're gonna click the service type, not the sales amount. Totals to the sales amount column at each type. Change in this. Okay, so yeah. So we'll click both of those, sum, and then we'll click done, and there it goes. So now it's gonna give us pretty much everything we need there. Let me make sure this looks good for you guys. Actually, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure, let's go back real quick. Let's go to subtotal, and then, yeah, that's not right. Check something real quick. Add subtotals to the sales amount column at each change in service type. Okay, yeah, so this one's good. All right, and then we are going to, we're going to go to step 16. This one might be wrong, actually. For some reason, it looks a little bit different. So I'm not sure. I'll have to go back. So just go back and check it when you get the chance. So that'll be like a little investigation for you guys. But step 16, it's to prepare for printing the current week worksheet, change the right margin to 2. So the current week, we're gonna go back to home, page layout, and then margins. Then it wants us to change the right one to 2, and then it wants us to, so you press OK. Then you're gonna save this, and then 17 is add the monthly revenue in the category document properties so that Talia can find the workbook easily when she is searching for files. Add the monthly revenue. So we're gonna go right here to file, and then we're gonna go to properties. So for step 17, you wanna go to properties, and then right here, she wants us to add a monthly revenue in the category of document property. So for the category right here, we're gonna put it in monthly revenue, and then you press OK. After that, you're gonna go up here because the workbook contains sensitive data. protect the workbook as follows. Protect the workbook structure using Talia as the password. So now that basically they're saying like now that you're done, but obviously go back and check that that one step make sure you go back and check the step 15, and then once you're done checking that out, you can go home actually to review, and then it wants you to protect the workbook. So to protect the workbook, you're just going to click it, and then it wants you to put in a password. So you're going to put Talia as the password. And then you press OK. And that's it. And then it protects the worksheet now. So just save it. And then basically now all you will need to do is just double check everything, go back to step 15 and just make sure that the sales amount is good. And then that's it. That's pretty much it. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, or hopefully it helped you out with something. But sorry, that one's a bit confusing. It's a bit different sometimes on Mac. So but yeah, hopefully it helped you. Hopefully one of the steps helped you out. Catch you on the next one later.